Hotep, Black Power, your brother Shaka Sankofa with you today. And what I'm going to discuss, I'm going to go into a few things. You know, we're going to talk about the response. Now, my last video, I talked about how a lot of the mothers, in terms of dealing with their children, should step their game up. I mean, and that's not. Don't get me wrong. That's not all the mothers. That just don't even make sense to even say something like that. But it's just a percentage of you all that are lacking, in those particular areas. Well, let's deal with the brothers. Y'all supposed to be these fucking thugs, and you supposed to keep it gangster all the time, and you don't take no shorts, and you ain't having it, and you ain't about no bullshit and all this type of shit. When it comes to dealing with people that look like you or brothers that look like you. But at the same time, this motherfucking cracker's going around taking your motherfucking queens, picking your queens up, demelanating them, putting them in sex rings, put them in pedophile rings, and also, embalming them and taking their organs out of their bodies. And I haven't heard not one response from any one of you so-called gangsters or thugs, even those in the entertainment business, where we know that's an act when you be rapping about all that gangster shit. We know that's just an act. You're just an actor. I'm not really even focusing on you, because your response would be minus zero. Like 100 minus zero. But I'm talking about you motherfuckers that's supposed to be out in the street about that life and putting in that motherfucking work and all that shit. I've heard no responses in terms of, what should be done or who's going to put in some work into hunting these motherfucking devils down that are taking our motherfucking babies out of our hood. This is what separates the men from the boys. If you really want your rites of passage, you really want your badge of honor, you really want your be stamped as a motherfucking real OG, this is your opportunity to put in the motherfucking work. When you see these crackers riding and cruising through the neighborhood, whether they're in trucks, cars, or whatever, stop them. Ask them what the fuck are they doing here. Even you hustlers or so-called hustlers, when these crackers come through buying these motherfucking narcotics and shit, you're supposed to interrogate them to the 10th degree, because if they may not be involved, but they may have family members that's a part of this shit. If you want to hold it down and keep this shit 1,000 and get your OG stamp, this is your opportunity. Put in the work to do that. Instead of worrying about some motherfucking Easter. Because a lot of y'all are going to, you're going to go to the white man, you're going to buy all this bullshit, to celebrate a day that you really don't even believe in your goddamn self. It's just a fucking ritual. That you're going to church. Some of you just go just once a year when you got a new fucking outfit on to go there. And you're not going for what the real reason for Easter. It's supposed to be the day this character that no one has ever seen, that never existed, called Jesus Christ, that's supposed to have died Friday and came back Sunday morning for breakfast. And now people still believing in that without any proof. No historical documentation, no historical proof that not only him, but no one in these records ever existed. Now, don't get me wrong, I was raised on that mythology, and there's still a lot of things in those records that can be useful today that make sense into your daily living. However, we have to come to the conclusion that it's just based on African mythology, numerology, and astrology. You know, you have 12, the zodiac is 12, you know, you got 12 signs, you know, and the sun. Same way with, you know, you got the 12 months, you know, and you have the sun. It's the same numerology, astrology. You know, Virgo's the virgin, and, you know, with the emblem, meaning Mary, and what have you. It's all numerology and astrology. You know, but we take this shit for human value, that this shit really existed. You know, which, you know, and to be honest with you, I really don't have a problem with it if you understand who the enemy is. If you're willing to fight this cracker, because, you know, like the great ancestor, brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, it's a 5% in everything. It's a 5% in everything. Even in you got an 85, a 10, and a 5. You got 85% that sleep, 10 are the sellouts, and then you got the 5%, the poor righteous teachers. You got an 85, a 10, and a 5 and everything. Even in the Nation of Islam, you got 85 sleep, you know, 10 to sell out, 5 that are true revolutionaries. And Christianity, you have the same thing, 85, 10, and 5. And every religion or any thought or ideology, you have the 85, 10, and 5. You know, and my thing is, regardless of what you practice, but you belief is, you know, belief is just going for something that you really not sure of, but you're just taking somebody's word for it, because you have no evidence that the situation or people really existed. You're just going by with something that was written down, and you take their word for it. You know, that's all belief is. You know, but my thing is, even regardless of what you practice, if you're part of that 5%, then I can roll with you. You know, because you have a clear understanding who your enemy is. You know, so, and then a lot of you practice a religion, and that don't have nothing to do with spirituality. You know, you've been told to turn the other cheek, but if somebody coming through your window to rape your baby 2 in the morning, that turn the other cheek shit gonna go out the fucking window. You know, so, you know, that's just, religion is just a ritual. You know, and that keeps us stagnated and keeps us spiritually paralyzed as well. Have spiritual paralysis based on that, because it doesn't allow us to look into God that's within us, because everything that you're looking for outside of you is in you, including God. You know, and once you understand that and become clear about that, then you can see things through really godly vision, through a godly spiritual God frequency eyes. You know, I hope I have explained it right. I know I really probably didn't, but however, you know exactly where I'm coming from and exactly what I'm talking about. You know, but this Easter shit where we'll spend over $1 billion, you know, on motherfucking boiled eggs, you know, and outfits, you know, for what? Then you go to church the Sunday before, which is called Palm Sunday, to get a motherfucking leaf, you know. You know, and then you go the following week is Easter, where everybody gets dressed up, everybody have on their suits and their outfits, and you know, and then they go to church, and then, you know, 2 hours later you back, the same situation still exists. Nothing changes, and it's been going on for centuries. Nothing changes. You know, so When what time, at what point do we say, let's try something different? Let's just drop this shit all together and see where we stand at on a spiritual level when it's just me. You know. And so this Easter bunny, what the hell does a rabbit and some motherfucking ball eggs have to do with a resurrection? And I'll talk about that bullshit at a later date. You know, however, this shit about this shit that Snoop Dogg made a video called Velvet or I forgot the name of the video, and it had a scene in the video where a Donald Trump type clown is being slaughtered. So T.I. and Bow Wow, they were involved, and they said their piece, standing strong. And the coon of the year, he came in, and said his piece. You know who I'm talking about. Horse Mr. Ed, that mule donkey mouth motherfucking Steve Harvey. He said that the presidency should be respected no matter who's in office, and tell Snoop Dogg and them that they got money and they should be careful. They shouldn't do this and talk about the president and the first lady, the first dog. That's what I call the bitch. The first dog, because that's all she is a motherfucking a dog, a bitch. And you shouldn't talk about Trump, because the office of the presidency should be respected. But when Obama, who was the most, he received more threats than any other president in history. They made cartoons about him. They made called his wife a monkey and all this bullshit, a gorilla with heels and all this shit. And Trump went on Obama something terrible. About his citizenship. Calling him all types of names and everything. Steve Harvey never said shit about that. But all of a sudden, when somebody says something about Massa, you cut right in to let Massa know, that you got his motherfucking back. I never seen a bunch of stupid, weak, faggot, jello back, rubber spine motherfucking faggot niggas in my life. Where the slave master tells you he hates you, but you're determined to love him in spite of his hate for you. That is some weak bitch ass nigga shit. I just don't get that. I really don't grasp the concept of you faggots, man. Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, Steve Harvey, Stacey Trash, the Kardashians, Kanye Mess, and Gay Lewis, and the rest of the motherfucking clan, the Coon clan. Now, Stephen A. Smith, this faggot, he's so weak. All he does is yell and scream and all this bullshit, and all he does is kiss Massa's ass all day long. On the other hand, that's why Skip Bayless left him and went to him and Shannon Sharp have a show. And Shannon Sharp appears to be the only brother on sports, only sports analysis black that has some motherfucking balls and has a backbone. He's an old country boy. He puts it out there. He speaks from the heart. He goes in on any situation, right or wrong. opposed to Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, the big Phil A. Shaq, and the rest of these motherfucking coons, who sell us out on a daily and consistent basis. They have no problem pointing out any negative thing that any of the black athletes do. But they defend the crackers up to the motherfucking gill. You never heard any of them coon niggas say anything about Archie Manning and his two motherfucking cracker sons. They dick ride them. Peyton and Eli, they dick ride them boys, them fucking crackers. But you talk about Serena Williams, Venus and Serena's father, like a goddamn dog. And see, all that is just new millennium slavery. They don't have to use the whip no more. They just get a microphone. The microphone is the new whip. And the thing about it, these motherfucking niggas whip themselves. So. But once again, I want to talk about, standing up, forming, motherfuckers in the hood need to be forming a posse, that protects the hood, that protect the queens and the brothers and the children in the hood. Any unauthorized personnel coming through the hood or anybody that's looking suspicious, pull them motherfuckers up. And don't be scared to deal with none of these motherfucking crackers. Because that's why the movie Get Out came, it's no coincidence that it came out during the time that these people, our brothers and sisters, are being picked up and abducted. That is no coincidence at all. And we need to be clear about these things and stop acting as if we don't see what's going on until it happens to one of your children, one of our children. Then you want an all-out brigade. You want a 24-hour search team. You want round-the-clock airtime. You want round-the-clock media access. But when it's your neighbor's child, then all you want to do is go over there, bring a motherfucking ham over there and pray. Which that does no justice to the situation. Because that's what the system of racism, white supremacy, this is how they think. This is how they function. They know we're not going to do anything. That's why the police kill us at will, because they know it's not going to be any consequences. As a matter of fact, let me break this down to you. When a cracker, one of these pigs, kill a black man in the street, he's automatically on leave with pay. So he can actually 2 weeks to a month, he's getting free money so he can take his family to Disney World. This is for killing a motherfucking nigga in their eyes. Kill a nigga is a trip to Disney World. Then you go and talk to Internal Affairs. They got your back, but they just want you to go through the protocol. That you were terrified, that you felt that you were in danger. All the protocol, all that choreographed bullshit. Then after you go through that, your lawyer, your motherfucking so-called white, nappy-head, fuzzy-faced Jew lawyer gets on there and he talks about, the victim's motherfucking criminal history, if any, or find some dirt or something negative about the victim. And so then this is what they do. They get to talk, they get the coons. Barkley, Steve Harvey, Ray Lewis, all those niggas, to take the side of the enemy, take the police side. David Clark, that sheriff, who needs his goddamn head chopped the fuck off, you know, and they get them to defend the motherfucking officer. Then this cracker, he knows what type of little sad look to put on his face when he's walking into the court building. And all this shit is choreographed. 8 white motherfuckers on the jury, you know, 3 Toms and 1 motherfucking conscious elderly woman. And then he's acquitted. Next is the protest. And this is what they'll do if it doesn't become a riot. Go ahead and write these niggas a check. Shut them the fuck up. And then they kill another nigga and another nigga and another nigga. And in roll call, they probably tell them, chill out on the killing the niggas this month. Because our budget is kind of low. We can't afford to keep giving these niggas millions of dollars. Not this month. Next month you can kill them, but not this month. Just chill. Let these niggas, get these niggas a break this month. And that's the whole entire process. Then the cracker gets a book deal. Then the movie deal comes out. Then they'll show the victim, you know, with a bandana on like he was a fucking gangbanger, negative motherfucker. They'll show all that for the first half of the movie. Then they'll show this cracker kissing his wife, playing with his little cracklet baby. You know, then he go out with his goddamn lunch bag, get in the squad car with a nigga goddamn partner. You know, and go out and they fictionalize the motherfucking event. And we don't see that. Then we get in front of the courthouse, and then we say we gonna let Jesus handle it. We're gonna let Allah handle it. We're gonna let Muhammad handle it. We're gonna let Jehovah handle it. We're gonna let Yahweh Shai and all these motherfuckers, you know, all these fictional motherfuckers deal with a real life situation, deal with a cold-blooded, calculated murder. A fucking homicide. We gotta stop going for this shit, man. You know, and then if 3 of them motherfuckers pop up dead, you know, and they can't find who done that, then they'll have specials, they'll do all this and show how good these crackers were, you know, how loving these motherfuckers were. You know, then 3 more will be gone. They'll stop this shit. They'll stop that shit. They'll stop it. So, you know, and that's the process that disturbs me. And now what they doing now is snatching up these motherfucking babies and these young teenagers and these young adults. Cutting the tips of the male's penises off, getting all the melanin out of the body, taking all the organs out of the body, selling the organs. So, to prevent white genetic annihilation. This is why they're doing this, to prevent white genetic annihilation. That's why they don't mind a black young male being gay. They love to see that. They love to see that. Most of your TV shows always have a Asian, two whites, you know, a white boy and a black gay, you know, and a white, white boy, two white girls, an Asian guy, and a black gay guy. Most of the TV shows are like that. You know, a fucking faggot that represents us. That's why I can't stand that movie Moonlight. That was a sickening motherfucking movie. You know, to try to promote this homo thugism in the hood. And it's not like that. It has a very, very powerful as well as a negative influence on our young black males in the hood, in the black community. It's a goddamn shame, you know, that you would make a movie like that. You know, why couldn't the movie be where the brother, even if he was struggling with his identity, why couldn't he come out on top and be a heterosexual and move on with his life and get married and have children? Why did he have to end up stuck wrestling with wanting to, you know, eat this boy's ass? You know, it's just disgusting, sickening shit, and we buy this shit. We buy into it every day. Every day we buy into it. That shit is not cool. And the reason why they don't mind our young black males being homosexual is because they have the dicks tucked in. They're not going to reproduce. So he's less of a threat of white genetic annihilation. He does not pose a threat to white genetic annihilation because he will not reproduce. The only thing he may do is adopt. And 9 times out of 10, it will not be, the adoption will not be somebody that looks like him. You know, but these motherfucking crackers, these Latinos and these Asian gumps, when they go to the adoption agency, they're specifically looking for a melanated child. And that's to help prevent white genetic annihilation. And this started a long time ago with George Washington Carver, who was castrated. He was raised by a white family, and he was castrated, and he had a very, very high-pitched voice like a woman. And he would rather for people to think he was gay than to tell them the truth that he was castrated by the people, the white family that raised him. You know, because of the fact that the reason they castrated him is because they did not want the possibility of him reproducing another George Washington Carver, another genius from his DNA and his loins. So to prevent that, they castrated him. You know, had it not been for that, it would have probably been George Washington Carver, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. With the possibility of them all being geniuses as George Washington Carver was. It's a lot of heavy shit for us to think about, man. You know, and that's why I am emphasizing that we start protecting our community, man. Protecting our kings and queens and gods, man, at any cost. You know. And if you had the same amount of hatred for the cracker as you did your brothers and sisters, we would have no problem at all. We would have no problem at all. White supremacy will almost be extinct. You know, with the elimination of David Rockefeller, who was the king devil. Now you still have the Queen of England, them motherfucking devils in Buckingham Palace, all of them. You know, just like, you know, when the motherfucker came here, you know, we had the, you know, I had some of my clients, some of the youths, we went to the cathedral, and when the Pope and I think it was the Pope, yeah, the Pope, when he came out, one of the children said, "Oh, there go the Pope. We have to bow if he come this way." I picked up a motherfucking brick. I said, I wish I dare one of you motherfuckers to bow. I said, you want to see a king, look in the mirror. You want to see a queen, look at your mother and your grandmother. Look at your girlfriend. This motherfucker ain't nothing. He's the epitome. He's the vicar of pedophilia. In the Vatican, they have babies in the walls. The Vatican is nothing but the kingdom of homosexuality, pedophilia, and murder. This is where these so-called linguini motherfucking Italians, this is where they go and make confession after they murder 3 or 4 blacks in the motherfucking hood. Then they go make confession, get a motherfucking priest or the Pope, 5 goddamn stacks, and then they tell them that they forgiven. Some old bullshit like that. I had to, from now on, I'm trying my best to convey this information to our people for the purpose of us waking up. All we need to do is wake up, brothers and sisters, and we can handle these situations. And good things will come to us if we stand up and fight. Backing down, praying, and all that shit, man, doesn't get us nowhere. It just get us fucked over even more. It makes us more passive. It makes us more submissive. It makes us more weak. And the combination of those 3 equals fear. And we have to remove the fear of the cracker out your motherfucking heart. Get the fear of that motherfucker out your heart. Because they are devils. They are devils. They are a race of devils. These motherfuckers are just, the white race is an experiment gone bad. They are a walking germ. Now, if you don't believe it, just think about this. What normal person would hang a human being and then set their body on fire and cut them in pieces? Take their skin and make lampshades and all types of shit out of their skin. What normal person would do that? Think about it. But first, cause something I truly forgot, and hopefully I won't ever forget again. Let me give honor to the Creator and the ancestors. Also, my sister, who's in her essence, our Chief of Staff of the Street Law Soldiers, Brother Harris Abdul. I don't remember if I did it from the beginning, but I wasn't sure. But just to be sure, I have to do it. I had to do it again. Because I have to pay homage to the people largely responsible, for my rites of passage, for my growth and development, for my knowledge base, people who have made major contributions into helping me become the warrior that I am today. And I stand as a true warrior. No one has to tell me that I'm a warrior for me to know that. And you all, you all melanated brothers and sisters, regardless of your condition, regardless of your state, you are a god. You are a black god. You are kings and queens. You are the original man and woman of the planet Earth. The original man and woman of the planet Earth. And when you understand it, when you understand it, you believe it, and then you know it. And when you know it, a lot of the things that you may be currently engaged in, or some of the things that may have you in bondage right now, you'll be released from all of that bullshit. Meaning, once you know who you are, you'll no longer need a drink. You'll no longer need any drugs. You'll no longer need to oversex yourself. You'll no longer need to over gamble. You'll no longer have an urge to hurt someone that looks like you for no reason at all, or for some of the minute, smallest reasons that you can imagine. You know, brothers and sisters, we got some work to do. You know, I'm gonna be getting back with y'all shortly, and we're gonna discuss some more topics. Cause today I was just hitting and missing and going back on just a couple of things. You know, because those things were on my heart and they were on my mind, and I needed to express those things to you all. You know, because we all need to improve ourselves and uplift ourselves to the highest frequency that we can possibly raise our frequencies to, and which is the God frequency. Raise your chakra level. You know, function on those high chakras, because it's in you. It's in you. You know, and we can move. Our liberation will be at our disposal. Trust in the process. I'll be with y'all again shortly, and we're gonna discuss some more. You know, we're gonna get down and do some more building. I'm honored for my subscribers. You know, for the views. You know, I appreciate it. You know, I love you, brothers and sisters, the ones who are trying to be informed so they can raise their level of consciousness. You know, and for you crackers who, have these negative comments and shit like that, that shit don't even bother me, because it lets me know, when you motherfuckers get mad, or when you Uncle Tom niggas are upset, that lets me know that I'm on my motherfucking job, that I'm on the right path. So, just to give you a tidbit that, fuck you, you crackers and you Uncle Toms. And I'll be getting back with you brothers and sisters shortly. Black Power.